Hello, I'm Alexis Hopkins, and I'm your instructor for this online speech class. I'm going to use this time to walk you through how to use Zoom as well as how to navigate Canvas. So I'm going to begin by initiating screen sharing, which is something that we can do in Zoom. And take you to this course. There we go. All right, you should be looking at sp100 CRN 10633. This is the Wednesday version of the online speech class. I can tell that because it says this course meets on select Wednesdays from 7 to 10 via web conference, which is what we're doing right now, or approximation of what we're doing using Zoom. I have several different CRNs of online speech, so you may be watching this in a course that meets on Wednesday night, on Monday night, or you could be watching this video and your course meets Thursday afternoon, depending on the CRN, and when you open the home page, it will tell you when your course meets. It will also tell you the exact days that you will want to get online using your webcam, and these are the days that you will present your speeches or other presentations throughout this class. The rest of the course takes place in the course, the Canvas portion of the class, and I will walk you through that. To get to Zoom, all you have to do is click on this button right here. That noise you hear is one of my dogs trying to break into this room. And I will ignore her. I know who it is. At the same time, I will tell you to plan ahead and make sure that you have a quiet place. Hang on a sec. Turn my fan on. I want you to make sure that you have a quiet place for this class, because we are live on a web conference for the entire class period. It's like distance learning, but we're here together. So I have the dogs locked out, and sometimes you have to lock your kids out, or your husband, or your significant other, or your roommates, but this is our time. Make sure that you have some sort of a headset or earbuds, and that becomes very important when we are all logged on together, because there will be a lot of feedback if we don't do that. So make sure that you have that, and also make sure that you have a good internet connection, because you have never tested your computer until you've done a live web conference, and then you find out that maybe you need to upgrade. I don't know. I've got the fastest internet connection I can get, and sometimes I still struggle with it. But this page tells you what you will need. And then if you scroll down a little further on this page, then there are some introductory statements. I should also tell you that this homepage will change from time to time, so always start here. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the left column and click on the syllabus. And this is our class. I'm not going to go through the syllabus with you right now because that's your responsibility, and there is a syllabus quiz, so I want you to go through this on your own. But I want to show you the calendar and how this works. Every class, whether you meet as a class on a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it doesn't matter. I open the web work on Monday. So usually Sunday night, Monday morning, this will be open. The new content for the next week will be open to you. All of your online work is due the following Monday at 11:59 p.m. So check every week and see what's due, and this is where you'll see that. Meet via web conference on Wednesday, January 18th. Again, this is for the Wednesday class, but the week begins on January 16th. The following week, we don't meet via web conference, so it doesn't say we meet. It just says the week begins on January 23rd. We do not meet again until week 6, when we will meet via web conference. Got it? Okay, good. Everything you need to know about how this course operates and what I'm looking for from you is in the syllabus. Your next stop are the modules. And here's the introductory module. I encourage you to go through all of the items in this module. You will see underneath some of them, they say view, 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 contribute, submit. Those are items that you must complete before you can move on to the next module. Those are essentially prereqs for module 2 or week 2. The other thing I want to show you is that for every chapter, I do a little synopsis, a personal synopsis, what this chapter means to me, how I apply it personally, hopefully how you can apply it personally. I jokingly call it my Reader's Digest condensed version of the chapter, but it's a little more personal than that. You do need to read the chapters because there are quizzes on each chapter. And in the very first week of class, you have 5 chapters due. That's a lot. And I'll explain that in a second. But you have 5 chapters due and you have 5 quizzes. Why so much so quick? This class is what we call a front-loaded course, meaning that there is an awful lot of information at the beginning of the course. You have to have a lot of skill sets and a lot of content thrown at you before you give your first prepared speech, which is on week 6. So you will be doing a lot of reading early on. The good news is by the end of the semester, all of that reading is done, the quizzes are done, and we move on to other things. So just be prepared at the beginning. There's a lot of reading, a lot of tests. You will also see, for example, here's a discussion. I'll show you how to do that. Here is a video that I would like you to watch. It shows an example of Ashton Kutcher. I know, it's actually a very good speech. It's only 5 minutes long, and it shows him using great speech organization. And that's going to become very clear to you very quickly. Here's the impromptu speech template. Your impromptu speech is your first speech, and that will happen on January 18th. That's the day we meet. The other assignments are due the following Monday, the 23rd. But the impromptu speech is due on the night we give it. All right. The template is basically an outline sheet. I would encourage you to print this out because on the night of your impromptu speeches, you will all be writing these little impromptus. You'll have 3 minutes to write them, and you'll have 3 minutes to give them. It's called impromptu for a reason. Impromptu means with little or no preparation. And there's no way to prepare except print out this template and have it handy so you can jot your notes on here. It'll also remind you of the organization that's required in your speeches. So I'm going to go back and take you then to the actual impromptu speech. I think. Maybe. There we go. All right, here are the instructions. There's also an audio comment from me explaining how to do the impromptu speeches. And at the bottom here, you will see a rubric. I provide rubrics for all of our speeches and our major assignments. This is how you're graded. I grade by the rubric. I grade live. So by the end of every class, you will know how you did, and you will also have comments from me. All right. Now, I should have shown you this earlier, but I was skipping around. The best way to go through this course is to look at every page and then just hit the next button. Next will take you to the discussion. All right. The discussion Here's the instructions. It's asking you about speech anxiety. What you do is just click on reply, type it in, and I do grade on grammar. I grade on punctuation and typos. So check yourself. If I want to reply to this thread, I'm going to click on that. And I'm a terrible typist, so you're going to see me have to correct. I am replying to, oops, well, actually I'm not, because I'm not typing in the right spot. Let's try that again. There we go. I am replying to this thread. Okay, and then I post a reply. If I want to, so this is a reply to myself, essentially. If I want to reply to the question up here, then I type here. You are required to reply to the question and then respond to another classmate for each discussion. So I did that backwards, but you need to do both. All right. Then if I click next again, it'll take me to your first quiz. A note about quizzes. They're all 20 points. They're all online. They're all open book. There are no time limits except that it's due the following Monday from when it's open. You get 2 attempts. It's pretty hard after 2 attempts, open book, not to do well on these quizzes, but it does get you to look at the material, and that's why I do them. All right, so that's how the course content works. Going back to modules, which is the beginning and end point. I will scroll through here. Well, yes, I will. I'm going to show you something that you can't see from your end. I'm going to open the assignments tab. Okay, I'm going to scroll. This is everything you will do this semester. These are all assignments that you will do. This is why you do not want to get behind. Now, you can't see the assignment tab because I don't want you looking at that and freaking out. I want you to go through the modules one by one in order. All right, back to the home page. Common error of students is to focus here under coming up. Sometimes it says to do, sometimes it says coming up. I can't remember. I guess it's showing coming up right now. With versions, it changes a little bit. But this is your to-do list. If you go here immediately, say you click on this impromptu speech, you haven't read any of the follow-up or any of the preparatory work. You haven't seen the template that you're going to need for this. You haven't read the chapters. This is the wrong way to get through this class. If you do this, I promise you, you will be emailing me, texting me, calling me, writing me, and saying, I don't understand how to do this. And I will say, go back to the content, read your modules, because absolutely everything you need to succeed is in here. I've spent, oh, you don't want to know how many hours, countless hours building this course so that it is foolproof. If you use the material that's here, you will do well. If you try to bypass it and take a shortcut, I don't know how to tell you this except to tell you it is possible to fail speech class. I think it's hard to fail my speech class if you follow my instructions, but it is possible. Do not be that person. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you. Not right now, but start with the home page. Your first time through, go to the syllabus next. The next time and every time after that, start with the home page, then go to your modules. Resist the temptation to start here. All right, I'm going to stop screen sharing. I'm going to go back and end our meeting. Thanks, guys.